What's up everybody, how you doing? It's yours truly, Fitz, and today we'll be answering a question. I posted just a day or two ago, curious what you guys would like to see in the next video, because there's not really much going on right now. We have two questions here, but I'm actually going to answer Kirsten's first. The Patriots fan instinct, I will be answering your question in the next video. Now, if you actually wanted to have a say in what I should talk about in the next video, make sure to head over to my Patreon page for just $1 a month. That's literally it. You can have a say in what videos I should do next. I'm not always going to ask the questions on the channel. I just wanted to hear from you guys a little bit. But here is where you can comment and say, hey Fitzy, I'd like to see this. Or you can talk to me, one-on-one. This is where you can have exclusive access to me and have a say in what should be on the channel. So just $1 a month, that's all it takes. So the question is, you sort of touched on it before, but I'd like to hear your opinion on what Pokemon is to prioritize with the Sinnoh stones, because it's kind of a hot topic right now with the Sinnoh stone evolutions. It's going to take a while to get all of them, so which ones should you be doing? And I actually evolved a Sinnoh stone evolution, Weavile, and it was kind of hard to choose, but Weavile is one of the best dark attackers and one of the best ice attackers in the game. I mean, it's got a 243 attack stat, which is amazing, and its defense and stamina are a little bit above average, so that's actually not that bad. Now, it is weak to quite a lot. Bug, Fairy, super weak to fighting, Fire, Rock, and Steel. It resists Psychic, so it's very good as a Dark type attacker against Psychic Pokemon, like Cresselia, for example, which is the reason why I got it. And then it resists Dark, Ghost, and Ice. And if we go to the moves, its moves are really good as well, making it a good Dark type attacker or Ice type attacker. So you could do Feint Attack and Foul Play, Ice Shard, and Avalanche. So you could either go the Ice route or you could go the Dark route. It's a little bit better as an Ice attacker, but it's definitely a good Dark attacker as well. So right now, I would suggest using it as a Dark attacker because of Cresselia. And as far as on the priority list, yes, actually, I would evolve a Weavile. That is one of the most top priority Pokemon you should be focusing on. Moving on down the list, I got every single one of these Pokemon Sinnoh Stone available evolutions in tabs here. So Electivire is a beast. 249 attack stat, 163 defense, 181 stamina. It's only weak to ground and it resists electric, flying, and steel. So let's look at the moves. Is it worth prioritizing? It has Thundershock and Wild Charge, which is one of the best electric movesets in the entire game. So long story short, should you prioritize Electivire? Yes, it should be up on your list if you haven't evolved it already, because you should have about 2 Sinnoh Stone evolutions by now, but there's still plenty of others to evolve. And if you haven't evolved Weavile or Electivire, definitely, maybe flip a coin, because either one of these are really good choices. Now, the next one is Rosa Raids. You know what? This has been a hot topic on prioritization, that you should do a Rosa Raid, but I actually kind of beg to differ. It's got a really high attack stat, it's got a decent defensive stat, and the stamina is subpar. It's weak to Fire, Flying, Ice, and Psychic. It double resists Grass, Electric, Fairy, Fighting, and Water. And I'm not really sure why people are saying this should be really high on your priority list. It can have Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb, making it like the best Poison type attacker in the game, but we don't have very many uses for Poison type Pokemon as is right now. Poison does super effective damage to just Grass, straight up Grass, and Fairy types. I don't think it does any other super effective damage or anything else. Let's go ahead and double check on that. Yeah, it's only Grass and Fairy, and we don't have very many straight up Grass types, and we don't have very many straight up Fairy types in the game. So it being the best Poison type, I guess, would prepare you, but I personally don't think it should be a high priority. Now, Razor Leaf Solar Beam makes it one of the best Grass type Pokemon in the game, but we have Frenzy Plant, Venusaur, especially with the Community Day or weekend event coming up. I just really honestly don't believe Rosa Raids should be that high on a priority list. The only reason why you might want to do it is if you have a shiny one and it looks cool, but other than that, not high on your priority list. Next up is Rhyperior, another Pokemon that people would think would be high on the priority list. No, Tyranitar with Smackdown Stone Edge is still better than Rhyperior, and Rampardos is apparently going to be the best rock type attacker in the game, so it's going to be better than Rhyperior as well. So should you prioritize this? No, you shouldn't, especially if you have a Smackdown Tyranitar, and you're going to get a chance for that anyway this coming weekend. Now, it does have a good attack stat, 241, defensive stats not bad, and stamina stats not that bad as well. As you can see, it has a lot of weaknesses. Double weakness to grass and water, double resistance to electric and poison, then fire, flying, normal, and rock. And its best moveset, of course, is Smackdown and Stone Edge. It can also be a ground-type attacker, Mudslap and Earthquake, but it's outclassed by Groudon because of that as well. So should this be on your priority list? No. Next up, Honchkrow. Honchkrow, 243 attack, 103 defense, high stamina at 225. Weak to Electric, Fairy, Ice, and Rock. Double resist Ground, double resist Psychic, Dark, Ghost, and Grass. Should this be on your priority list? Pretty close. Pretty close. It's a good dark type attacker, and it's a pretty decent flying attacker with Peck and Brave Bird, although Brave Bird, I believe is that, yeah, that 1 bar charge move, which absolutely terrible. If it was 2 bars, it'd be great. So overall, this is just a dark type attacker for Honchkrow. It should be about mid-tier in your priority list. So it's not up there, it's not down low, about mid. Next thing is Porygon Z. You know, it's a very powerful Pokemon, 264 attack, defense stinks, but stamina is okay. It's only weak to fighting, but there's an issue with Porygon, it's a normal type, so it's not really doing any kind of stab. And apparently, the moves aren't loaded in either. Okay, so it has access to like Zap Cannon, Solar Beam, and like Psychic or something like that. So, long story short, should you prioritize this? No. It's just a Pokedex filler. It's super strong, and it's going to deal a lot of damage, but it's not that great of a Pokemon because it's a normal type, and I think it has access to Hyper Beam too. So Hyper Beam will really hurt, but it's not going to do any super effective damage. So this one should be low on your priority list. Now, Togekiss. Togekiss is in that mid-tier range again for priority because it does not have a Fairy Quick move. It only has a Fairy Charge move. So, coming in with very solid stats all across the board. It's weak to Electric, Ice, Poison, Rock, and Steel. It double resists Bug, double resists Dragon, double resists Fighting, double resists Ground, Dark, and Grass. Now, like I said, it doesn't have a Fairy type moveset, so it struggles on that. That's why it's in the mid tier for priority. Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash, Aerial Ace, make it a really good flying type attacker, but we need that Fairy Quick move to make it a Fairy attacker. That's what we need in game. It will be the ultimate Dragon Slayer. That is why it is just going to be in the mid tier for a priority. Magmar actually falls at the bottom of the priority list. Good stats, right? Good stats. Weak to ground, rock, and water, and then it resists these types here. But the thing is it lacks a good charge move. It has Fire Blast instead of Overheat. It has the best fast move in the game, but it doesn't have the second best charge move, Overheat. And it's outclassed easily by Pokemon like Charizard because it's Blast Burn, Moltres, Entei. That is why Magmortar should be at the bottom of your totem pole. Now, Mismagius, I already evolved one of these. This should be mid-tier. It's actually a really good Ghost-type Pokemon, because we don't have very many good Ghost-type Pokemon to begin with. All we have is Gengar. So Mismagius is next in line. It's weak to Dark and Ghost, and it double resists Fighting and Normal, resists Bug and Poison, and it has access to the third best Ghost-type moveset, Hex and Shadow Ball, and then it's just kind of slightly under Shadow Claw and Lick. So it's a good moveset. At least it has Shadow Ball. That's the important part about Mismagius. So should be mid tier, but not necessarily low tier. Now the next two are low tier. Gliscor should be low tier. It's a tanky Pokemon. It's good to throw in gyms. Ice, super effective +2. Water, double resist ground, resist bug, electric, fighting, and poison. But its moves blow. So we're going to go ahead and go over the moves here. Wing Attack Earthquake and Wing Attack Aerial Ace are your best movesets there. As you can see, the weak DPS is not that great. Not much to say about Gliscor. And then Dusknoir, right? Yeah. Dusknoir, low on the totem pole. Okay. It's a decent Pokemon. It's interesting. It's only weak to Dark and Ghost, and it double resists Normal and Fighting, but this is where it is so low on the totem pole is its moves. Its moves are absolutely pitiful. Hex and Ominous Wind, are you kidding me? If it had Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, it would have moved up the list, probably to mid-tier. Pretty close. So, just to go over what should be your high priorities, Weavile, Electivire, and then probably Honchkrow. Then mid-tier would be Rosa Raid, Togekiss, Mismagius, and probably Rhyperior. And then at the bottom of your totem pole should be Porygon Z, Gliscor, and Dusclops, and probably Rosa Raid too. I don't know if I said that already. But Rosa Raid, it's just not in need for poison types right now. There really isn't. And there's not a huge demand for grass types either. So there you guys have it. I hope this helped you out. I know you probably already did 2 Sinnoh Stone evolutions, but I hope this helps you out going forward. Then I'll answer that next question in the next video. If you want to have us say in videos, again, make sure you check out the Patreon page. It's only $1 a month. It's really not that much. And you get some access to exclusive rewards as well. You can be a friend with me in Pokemon Go. We can totally be friends. I might even make it permanent, actually, so check that out. Like the video, comment down below what you think about my list. Do you disagree on some things? Let's go ahead and talk about it. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. Be a part of the Fitz City fam. That's it with your boy, Fitz City. I'm signing off. See you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.